What name were you going to throw at us, Phil?
The Chargers are in trouble financially.
Oh,
Shocker.
They need to do some work. Now, this could be done
You do
probably
anything with the cap.
with a series of restructures. You're right, so you can't do anything with the cap. It's funny money. But they might be letting go of some big names, including Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. Those are the two receivers that are relatively big money guys that could help them with their quote-unquote cap issues. But I'm looking at Allen first and foremost because this guy's coming off a 108-catch season. And in 4 of the last 5 seasons, he has had 100-plus catches.
Huh.
And he's not a downfield explosive threat, but this is, in my mind, sort of the definition of a security blanket for a young quarterback. Route runner, separates, just understands how to play the position.
I like 6'3", 6'4" guys that pluck the football, like fingertip catches.
He's
Smooth.
He's sort of a big slot,
Yeah.
right? But I think
he's
that could be great
less,
for a young quarterback.
He's not as tough as Anquan Bolden. Like Anquan Bolden was a freaking beast in the slot for a big guy. But yeah, I would say he's more timid than him. Yes. But
Yes.
more finesse. Yeah.
Much more finesse,
Good word.
definitely.
Finesse.
But if he becomes available,
See, I think that's
is
your
that
market.
somebody you'd trade for?
I think that's your market. Him, Mike Williams. Get in.
what's the cost?
See what T. Higgins is asking.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the question to me. It's not going to be a second-round pick the way it might be for somebody like
No.
T. Higgins, but maybe it's a fourth.
Interesting what Harbaugh's trying to do there, though.
If you're shedding salary, everybody
age
knows
again?
you're
Hit
shedding.
me with the age one more time?
You're not going to love this part of it. He's about to be 32 years
Phil.
Phil, that...
old. He's Mr. Consistency, man. 13 games last year, 1,200 yards, 108 catches.
That's a lot.
And he's playing with Justin Herbert.
Interesting.
Okay,
They
so
would take
you're
his-
not going to have Justin Herbert next year in all likelihood.
Interesting. They take his pinky away a little bit, though. You know.
Again, maybe they work it out with him. Maybe they restructure. They knock his number way down, and they end up parting ways with Mike Williams instead. But Allen, of those two, to me, although Mike Williams is younger, he is more inconsistent, more injury-prone, I think, although both guys have had injuries in recent years. Mike Williams is, quick check of the age, he'll turn 30 mid-season this season, Mike Williams will.
Yeah, I like Keenan Allen. That's why it's tough. Can he be one of those guys that still makes an impact into his mid-30s? Can he be one of those players? Maybe.
I think his game is based on savvy, not explosive athleticism. And so that's why I think it might work late into his career. He's a baller, man. I love that guy. Williams gives you something. He's more of an X, but he missed 14 games last year.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately it would come down to what does it cost? Draft capital-wise.
Sure.
Not money. I'm not talking about the money.
What kind of pick would you be willing to part with?
Yeah. They have good picks this year. That's why it's...
They're high in each round, right? So, fourth rounder is...
Yeah, I'd probably do that. I would. You'd be better in the short term, and you'd have a better team, and you'd be more competitive.
I think you need 2 starting caliber receivers.
I don't...
That would be one.
Yeah. And he's a vet. He's got savvy on the field, probably has a little bit of it off the field, too. So, yeah, I'd probably ultimately be in on that. Not as exciting as some of the other options, but yes, got to get better there. Got to weaponize the offense. Weaponize. Recognize the need to weaponize. Okay, let's talk about what happened on Kendrick Bourne's contract. If I could, I would like to say, not that I was wrong or that I'm sorry about my criticism of the team for Kendrick Bourne's contract, but turns out that contract is crap. They didn't give him any money. They gave him very little money. The details are out. It was advertised as a 3-year deal worth as much as $30 million, with the bases being in the range of $20 million, correct?
Yeah.
$33 million max value is what it came out to. Not quite, I would say. Phil, what's the best way to describe this? $6.5 million guaranteed, most of which happens this year.
Yeah, pretty much. And you got to guarantee
Correct.
that first year because he'll be on the team.
And then they pretty much don't owe him much after that.
It's kind of the way you want to structure it if you're the team, though, with the guy at his age coming off a knee surgery who may not be 100% ready to go at the beginning of the year.
I'll tell you this. I still wouldn't have signed him, but the contract is short bargain basement money.
I think the return you could get for this money, potentially, is a win for the team.
I don't even know if he's going to be playing at the start of the year.
So if he's what he was before he got injured last year, then sure.
If he was giving you what he was giving you, and this is why I stand on that, I did not like the bad year that he had. Something changed. Something changed, and the attitude was different. He was all in. He bought in. He competed. He played hard. I'm watching games. I know who plays hard. I know who takes plays off. This guy brought it every day prior to that Miami injury.
$6.5 million guaranteed, and then he has this $2.5 million fully guaranteed in 2025 next season, but only if he has more than 800 receiving yards this year. The likelihood of that happening for Kendrick Bourne is 0 and none.
I was going to say low, but we're close.
Okay, you want to put a percentage on that?
Low
He's got
likelihood.
a 3.7% chance of that happening. A 98.5% chance of it not happening for him. The guy's got like 800 yards over the last 2 seasons added up. He's not going to come out and put up 800 yards.
He was on pace for, right?
high.
We think of last year before he got hurt as a great year for him. He was about on pace for 800 yards had he played a full season.
And he likely won't play a full season this year.
Coming off an ACL, receivers, it's hard, man.
It's
You
hard.
talk to guys that come back from that injury, even though it's not what it used to be, it's not career-ending anymore, there is
Some work and the recovery you have to put in to
tentativeness.
maintain. Yeah.